This is Juan from SPDI UV, and today I'm going to show you our high intensity UV curing conveyor system. So at SPDI UV, we've been pretty much on the cutting edge of curing technology for about 20-25 years. We've always held back from releasing a product with LED UV curing for industrial uses, because in general the LEDs were underpowered, weren't cooled properly, weren't reliable. They were neat. You know, as the technology started developing, it really was neat, but that's kind of where it ended. Well, now we're very happy to bring to the market a product that can be used in production on day one and will last you 5-10 years before you have to even change the LEDs out. So this is her. Just in a quick overview, it's a conveyor system. It can be as long or as short as you want it to be. Then you pick the actual LED powerhouse. This is one of our least powerful ones, but it's still pretty powerful. It does about 7.5 watts per centimeter squared at the most powerful setting, and that can be adjusted down to 0.1% of that. And it comes with, I don't know if you can see over here, the cooler. It's water cooled, and this is the same type of water cooling systems they use for high powered lasers. It's pretty easy to use. You set your ideal temperature and it keeps it there. You change the coolant every few months, or if you want to use water, you can use water, change it every few days. And that is about it. So let me show you the functionality. When you get back over here, it's all pretty easy to use. So you just start it. You start it with the start button. It's pretty basic. And you can adjust the speed of the conveyor in centimeters per minute. So right now I have it at 962 centimeters per minute. I can go all the way to 1400, which is probably faster than you're going to run in production. Or I can, take it to the point where it's barely moving, right? Now I'm going to put it at 815, 17, which is pretty good. And essentially, it's all super protected. You can see I'm not wearing any safety gear because it's all enclosed. But I'm going to cheat. I'm going to open it up just so you can kind of see the guts and see some of the features. So I'm going to wear my safety goggles. Excuse me. This is usually bolted down, of course. Right. Some of the features. So as you can see, I don't know if you can zoom in here, but essentially that's the LED. It's a band of high-powered LEDs. These are 365 nanometers, but there's a few options. And you can adjust it. This is at the most powerful setting, closest to the substrate, and then you can raise it all the way up. And then beyond that, you can move over here. You can set the power. So right now it's at the most powerful setting here, but it's only at 30%. I can make that 1%, 99, whatever. I'm going to leave it at 30%. And then the standard control type is just to always have it on, right? And this connects to another conveyor. It's a big part of the production process. This is what you would use. So once you start, you see the LED comes on and it just runs. So I want to put something through it, a little piece of wood I carry around, and it'll go all the way through the system, get cured, and essentially fall off, right? That's one way to do it, right? But if you're running a lot of different pieces and you're trying to save energy, you can actually make it so it only turns on when the specimen passes this line, right? So we go in here, in control type, and we do middle sensor continuous control, right? So then light is off. I put the piece on the belt, it turns on, it irradiates it, it turns off. No waste, right? So if you're doing that hundreds and hundreds of pieces, perfect. Again, and it just falls to the other side. Now, let's look at another setting. This is probably the best one. You put an end sensor control, right? So, constant on, goes through, and then if this is the end of your production line, it'll stop it with a sensor when it gets to the end so it doesn't fall off, because obviously you don't want things falling off like that. And it alerts you so you can come and deal with it. And finally, there's a combination of the two. which is stays off to save energy, only turns on when the item's about to get irradiated, right? And keeps going until it stops at the end of the belt. Pretty cool, pretty easy to use. And again, you can adjust it infinitely between height, the 12 different settings, and then you can adjust the power by 1% at a time. So I'm gonna put this back on. As you can see, this is UV reactive strip from SPDI, and it turns green when it's been fully irradiated. We have them for different wavelengths. When this has been cured, essentially, it turns completely green. Right now it's completely yellow. This is just to show how even the curing is. So I'm gonna put it down. Let me know if you can get the other side. All right. Alright. Completely irradiated. Again, you can see where the crease of the paper was. But it's not like it's weak on one side and strong on the other. Completely irradiated, very even. And yeah, so that is about it for the system. Again, you can run this all day, every day, 3 shifts, and it'll never go above your set temperature. If it ever does, for whatever reason, because something happens, it'll alert you, and that way, and it'll stop immediately. If you have any questions about this, we'd really love to hear from you. We're very proud of this system. Please hit us up.